I've been on a bit of a journey with squats. They've never been my favourite exercise, and I didn't really do them to begin with, largely because I didn't believe I had the equipment to do so. Everyone I saw who had big legs was a powerlifter chasing massive loads, whereas I wasn't about that. I wanted to exercise at home, focus on my upper body, but the time came to focus on my trunks. So obviously I got a barbell, but I ran into a few problems. There's a reason why they say it's a whole body exercise, and that's largely because so much of the tension is on your upper body. So with a squat, typical back squat, as you come down, you have to push your arse out to keep the weight from tipping off the back of you. But the problem is, that's so glute biased, really glute biased. But then obviously there's the answer of front squats. More quad. Good, appreciate that. However, I don't know about you, but if you've ever done front squats, it's so much upper back. My upper back always fails before my legs. So our first and greatest alteration is taking the exercise from a bilateral 2-leg exercise to a single leg exercise. By doing this, we've moved our entire body weight onto a single leg. This means that we can massively reduce the external weight needed, or eliminate it entirely. The main issue I had with the traditional pistol squat was the need to focus on your other leg pointing out all the time and clearing the ground, and also the balance required. But as you'll see as we go later into the video, I've got reasons why I don't need to do that. A lot of what dictates which muscles are used in a squat will depend on the height of your heel and your torso angle, and both are quite strongly related. So you're going to want an elevated heel, because when you have an elevated heel, it throws your knees out. If I have flat feet, I'm going to have to compensate by pushing my arse out, which is going to bring my shins more vertical. So as I descend, you can see I'm having to compensate. Whereas if I elevate the heel, I can throw the knees out further, keep the torso more upright. Okay, so elephant in the room. Your legs are really, really strong. So there's a reason why people choose barbells. It's because you can load them so heavily. But by raising the heel, you're biasing your quad. That's the first step in using less weight. Using the slant board, you don't have to worry about staying on your tippy toes, which can cause your calf to wear out before the rest of you. You will need shoes if you do these with feet, because these have got quite harsh grips. It's not going to be very comfortable, and you're probably going to stop because of that. And not only that, you can add weight later. So I've got a weight vest. I like to use a weight vest for this because with a weighted backpack, unlike with horizontal movements like ring push-ups, you have got a tilting factor. If you have a really heavy backpack, it's going to pull you backwards. Whereas with a weighted vest, you've got some weight in front of you, some weight behind you. It's going to be far easier to balance. And then finally, you can use beams or something similar, like a bar, to balance you. But you don't want to be pulling. You don't want to do a pull-up as you do it. You want to use as little force as possible on the bar, or on the beams rather. And then it's stable. I think it's perfect. They're not huge by any standards. I've managed to build some pretty decent legs for the amount of time I've been training them this way. And some definition is visible despite not being very lean. I almost forgot the cost benefits of training your legs this way. The amount of money you save on plates and equipment is huge. The final benefit I'll mention here today is simply the grindability of the exercise. Barbell squats are notorious for how taxing they are. And this is largely because you're using not only both legs, but your upper body. Here, we're not using any upper body really, and we're only using one leg. Due to the reduced amount of musculature, we can push far closer to failure. We also have the other leg and arms to assist, meaning that forced or negative reps have become possible, meaning we can push even beyond failure. And without the fear of dumping a heavy barbell, we're more comfortable in doing so. Failure doesn't mean slamming on the floor with a huge weight on your back or being crushed. Failure is a slightly awkward step forward. Skill simply isn't required here. We don't need to think about bracing, we don't need to think about balancing, we just need to push. Push, and that's it.